Hello everybody, this is Lonely Kitten coming to you with another video. As you can see, I wanted to change things up a little bit and actually talk about Saint Seiya while showing one of my newest artworks. I was actually going to paint this while talking, but it's really hard to focus the camera and paint at the same time, so I just painted it over first. But anyway, as usual, there will be spoilers. I will be talking about the rest of the episodes I've seen so far in Season 4. And without further ado, let's begin. So, I was actually wrong about the deaths in Saint Seiya. I mean, I was right, but I was also wrong. It was kind of like a yes and no thing. So, Marin is not dead. She survived a cliff fall off of Star Hill, thankfully. Because I really didn't want her to die. I really want her to finally show Seiya that she's actually his sister. But, you know, with the whole female knight thing, they can't take their masks off even if she is his sister. But, yeah. Things went really badly in the Virgo temple with Iki, unfortunately. He had to sacrifice himself to save his friends. It was so meaningful and sad. And you could just see Shun just freaking out. He's like, brother! It was so sad. You just want to hug the poor thing. Oh my gosh. And then, of course, Hyoga being dead, but he actually comes back and then dies again and then come back again. And it's just like, okay, I love you, Hyoga, but you gotta make up your mind. You're gonna die or you're gonna stay alive and stop face planting for gosh sake. I mean, every time he got hit by Aquarius, he actually kept face planting and oh, poor Hyoga. Oh, he's gonna bruise his pretty face if he keeps falling on it like that. But yeah, anyway, things got a little heated. Iki sacrificed himself to get them through the Virgo temple. And then they faced the rest of the knights. They made it all the way up to Pisces. And Hyoga dies again, like I said, sacrificing himself. And before that, they went through the Sagittarius temple and went through these crazy trials, and they almost die in there too. And then Saori uses her Cosmo to save them all and give them a boost, and Aeolius's message on the wall just inspires them and gives them hope, and it's beautiful. And they just start crying, and it's like, oh, so moving and emotional. And then they use that power to get all the way up there, and each one sacrifices themselves. And Shiryu dies too, using the Proud Dragon Lord move that his master tells him not to. And it's really sad. It's beautiful and sad at the same time. And poor Shunrei can feel it, Shanrei can feel it from feeling it from the Wulao Peaks, and she goes to the waterfall, and she just falls to her knees, and it's so sad because Shiryu's master is at the waterfall as well. And she's like, please tell me I didn't use that technique, and Shiryu's master is just sitting there silently, and then these tears just are falling down his face, and it's just so sad. They can hear and see Shiryu just shooting up into the sky, and I forgot the others. Unicorn and Jabu and the others join Katsumi and Saori and Mu and Kiki all at the entrance to the temples. And they all see Shiryu take off into the sky, and they're like, what the fudge is that? And it's really sad. That was really sad with Shiryu's death. And then poor Shun runs into his mentor's killer. The true mentor's killer. They say that Scorpio killed him. Milo Scorpio killed him, but technically he did not. He actually only weakened Shun's master, but it was actually Aphrodite. It was Pisces Aphrodite that not Aphrodite. It was something along the lines of I think it was Aphrodite, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, he finds out that Pisces actually killed his master, and he just gets this resolve to kill, not kill, but defeat him. And his Cosmo just swirls into this tremendous storm. And Pisces tries to destroy him with the Bloody Rose after using the Demon Rose and the Piranha Rose and failing. And of course, we all know the Bloody Rose is a one-hit shot. Once you get impaled, you die very quickly once the rose turns red. And Shun manages to defeat Pisces before he dies. And before that, he's using his chain to deflect all the roses. Is it just me, or did he look really, really pretty with all those roses everywhere on the chain? Somebody needs to do some artwork of that. That's really pretty, just like roses growing out of the chains or something. But yeah, when Shun died, it was really sad. But, he was kind of peaceful almost with that rose in his chest. It almost looked like it was just laying across his chest instead of being impaled. And then, of course, Seiya gets poisoned trying to, because he goes past Pisces while Shun fights him, and he goes into the Demon Rose Garden that's guarding the Pope's chambers. And he passes out from the poison, and Marin, who's in terrible shape from her fight with Jackie, manages to find him and help him as much as she can, but by sacrificing her mask and putting it over his face, she risks getting poisoned herself. And she's dragging Seiya along and saying, "You can't die now, you've got to make it. You're the only one left. Everybody else is gone or perished or, have been knocked out." And she's dragging Seiya along, and she's just slowing down, and eventually she falls over, and Seiya wakes up, and he's got Marin's mask on his face. He's like, "Marin, is that you?" And she's like, "Don't breathe, don't talk, don't waste your breath talking, just keep going. The mask will protect you for a few minutes." And Seiya's like, wait, Marin, no." And then he's like, "What about you? The mask can't protect you." And she's like, "It's fine." And then he's like, this is not going to happen. So he takes the mask back off, puts it back on her. And then suddenly Seiya appears, and she's like, "Go on, I've got this." So Seiya runs off, and Seiya looks after Marin. Seiya gets, Seiya gets up to the Pope's temple. Or chambers, not really. Temple, chambers, whatever you want to call it. And he enters the chambers of the Pope, and the Pope is on the chair. However, something is off when Seiya asks the Pope to save Saori, and he's like, "I'm afraid I can't do that, Seiya. I don't have the power to remove the arrow like you asked me to." And Seiya's like, "Well, what is all the sacrifice for? I mean, you're the one supposed to be able to remove the arrow. That's what the guy said." And I didn't say what the dude said, but, that's what what's-his-face said. And the Pope is like, "I'm sorry, I can't do it. The only way I can do it is use the shield of Athena." And he's just crying. And we all notice that his hair is blue, right? And then it turns white when he turns to his evil side. And Seiya's walking off to get to the shield in the next room, not Ares, but Athena's temple. He's going to her temple to get the shield, and the Pope turns to his evil side. His hair turns white, and he's like, "Wait, I can't let you do that." So then the fight ensues, and Seiya loses all his senses, and everybody else catches up, or well, no, they catch up later. Never mind. Well, no, Iki catches up, and Iki engages the Pope while Seiya staggers blind and basically defenseless into Athena's temple. He manages to get the shield while Iki repeatedly dies protecting him, and it's so sad. You just gotta feel bad. He may be immortal, but it doesn't mean he can't feel pain. And finally, Seiya manages to get the shield, and the Pope has knocked Iki out of it, out for another, like the 100th time into the dimension. And he runs up the stairs trying to stop Seiya. Seiya manages to pull up the feet and shine the shield just long enough onto Saori to weaken the arrow's grip, and then, of course, the Pope knocks it out of his hands, and Seiya's again defenseless, and Ikki comes around again to save him. Excuse me, sorry. And then, of course, Saori's revived, and they can feel Athena's power, and she's back, and everybody's like, woo! And the Pope's like, oh, crap. And then they all reunite down at the entrance, and, well, that's later. But Saori goes through the temples with everybody else. They all go up there to meet Seiya and the others. Along the way, she revives Shiryu and Hyoga, and I would say Ikki, and Ikki, but Ikki's actually revived with Shaka. That's why he's back before the others. They managed to be revived with Mu. Mu pulls him out of the interdimensional pocket shift thingy they're stuck in. And everybody's going through the temple, and Saori saves everybody else, and then they all meet up with Seiya and the Pope, and of course the showdown goes down. Even though everybody else has just come back from the dead, they still decide to fight with Seiya, and they use all their attacks, and even Hyoga uses his new Aurora Execution he's learned from Kamu, who unfortunately passes away from their last battle. And they seem to have knocked out the Pope, but the Pope comes back even though they hit him with all ultimate techniques. He goes flying, and then they think he's done when he comes flying back down from the moon, and he's like, aha! Got you now. And then the others have passed out, and Saori has to take up the torch. She gets in front of them, and she's like, I will not let you lay a single hand on my knights again. And she's like, come fight me. And he's like, okay, fool. And then they clash, and she's got her staff in his stomach, and his fist is just inches from her face. And that's when the good side takes over again. And he's like, I'm so sorry, Athena, I'm so sorry. And then he passes out, and that's kind of the end of the 4th season. And I really enjoyed it. It was a little sad, kind of heartbreaking. The roller coaster ride I had was crazy, but I enjoy it all the same, and I'm glad everybody's okay, and can't wait to see what's going to happen next. And I wonder what Seiya's going to do when he finds out Marin is his sister, and how is he going to, take Shaina's affections. I don't know if she's going to keep trying to kill him, or if she is with him for the long haul. But, Shaina's still upset about her student's death. I'm really upset about it too, I'm actually sort of sad Cassius is gone. Kind of missed the big meathead, but anyway. Hope you enjoyed the review. Also, as you can see, I'm a Capricorn. This picture I drew is because I'm a Capricorn and proud of it. If you guys feel like you can leave what zodiac you're in the bottom of the comments. Also, if you want me to paint more pictures or review more stuff, just say so in the comments as well. I will see you next time. Lonely Kitten out.